Omanyi, I love and respect Frank Gashumba. He's very hardworking. He's a very good father. He's a very intelligent man. I respect him so much and I love him so much. Much as we love people, we should not allow love to blinding. Sometimes if you love someone, nayogera ebitaja, you call them out.
Okay.
Chiwabanga yo struggle ya kujjako government yenu. Struggle ya kwegaggawaza era abanene mu NUP bagagga bavundu.
Let me just address this question to anyone I believe in Mr. Gashumba Kyagamba one. Bobi Wine yali mwavu nga jam politics.
No.
Nubiani yali mwavu nga jam politics.
Simanyi.
Tebali bavu bano bagayi tebagenda mu nsiko nga Museveni kuba mundu. Like balina bye bakola, they were established. Balina sente zaabwe.
Kuyamba kofe kututuusa we bali.
Si kututuusa we bali because it's impossible for everyone to be like Bobi Wine. It doesn't. It's not possible. Ekisoboka. Naye govayo n'ogamba nti bagagga bavundu. Bali bagagga already.
Even before NUP.
Even before NUP. Bobi Wine yalavuga Escalade. Nubiani yalina sente ze nga alina ennyumba. Like people in NUP had money.
Actually, I saw someone yagamba nti abantu ba NUP, I think bwe bamala okulondebwa ne basalawo okuwasa kubanga 1, 2, 3
okwasa bakazi baabwe.
It was like a project.
Naye nga this is not accurate. Mr. Gashumba Kyagamba abanene mu NUP bonna balina sente okujjako no Guy Joel, maybe you could say that. But still
he was surviving.
Yalina omulimu omulungi at NTV ng'akola sente ze. Like he was okay. Teyagenda mu nsiko okukuba mundu nti n'amala emyezi 6 nga aliira ku nsiko nedda. Balina sente zaabwe.
Kati Kyagulanyi yafunye ne project empya ey'okupromoting ebisiyaga mu Uganda.
Otyo.
Zagenda ofuna sizimanyi bungi. Yes.
Weyabadde bwe.
Mwebuuze lwaki Bungereza yamuggyeko bani gye yadde yamuteekako nga takyagenda Bungereza.
Mr. Gashumba, Bungereza teyamuggyeko bana. Ya applyinze. This is how the thing works. Omanyi, I'm sure Mr. Gashumba kinakimanyi.
Anti abasinga abamulaba tebakimanyi, so bagenda kutwala buli kyabagamba.
Exactly. Normally we bakubanninga, these countries ban you for like binary periods, myaka 5 myaka 10, like normally. Emyaka 10 wegigwayo, you're free to apply again. No gamba tekitegeeza nti we bangobe Bungereza, they will give me a specific period of time. Tebasa kugamba nti Bobi Wine tugobye for an indefinite period of time. They always give you a particular number of years. And usually it's 10.
We've all seen bayimbi banji abafunye ezo bans. I think even Chameleon had a ban, I think to the States over UK. But he had a ban. So kurachinti Kyagulanyi cho
but you blowing.
But blowing out of proportion.
Because it serves a narrative jebagalo pushing.
Anyway.
But the fact is omuntu yenna atulaba nti bakubanning ogende Bungereza, USA, Australia, Europe. Bakuwa time je bakubani. Tebasa kubanninga for the rest of your life. And you're always free to appeal. Kubani bakugamba wansi. This ban can be appealed or not. Or you can appeal after like a specific duration of time. Tugeze myaka 10. Ne Mr. Gashumba, I love you so much. Ne wana we byo musumali. This is not accurate. Kyabulimba. Sibe bajimujeko, he applied and the ban was taken away because time yali weddeko.
Never be bajimujeko. His time he had served, Kangambe he had served his time.
Exactly, yeah.
Kubanga bakizudde he's an influencer mu bavubuka. Ebibiina bino by'abasiyazi byagala abantu aba influencing abavubuka. Kati byafunye their global ambassador principle.
So I'm sorry Mr. Gashumba, one toward the strategy nga gwa bitegeere nnyo wagenda okuinfluence nga promoting ekiyaga. There has to be a strategy agenda okoza. Agenda kukoza strategy cheyo. So ko jitumenya.
Eyo influencing.
Yeah, oja tugamba nti will he go on social media over agenda kukola posters. I know kuba ni strategy.
Agenda recruiting mwenna.
Agenda postinga ku Instagram ba ku TikTok.
Agenda kuba itema gere probably.
Agenda tukunganya agire, but President yavudeyo recently nakola conference. We've made a video about it. Check that video out. It should be out right now. Nga avumirira abaliwe bisiyaga mu Uganda.
Avumirira abaforcinga.
Exactly. Abaforcinga abantu okuliya bisiyaga mu Uganda. Yavudeyo n'abavumirira.
Yes.
So I don't know when this thing was done, but it looks to be recent.
It was a recent interview for radio. Yeah. So
President yavudeyo n'avumirira abaforcinga abantu okuliya bisiyaga. That's already out.
Anyway. Frank Gashumba, Kakatugambe, he is also an influencer in his own way. So it takes us back to the Chinisheje Nakugambye nti abantu abasinga tetuvaayo kulowooza ku kintu omuntu kyayogedde. Bw'okusoma comments ezijira ku zino videos, many people are quick to say, yes, our man. Very few people take time to internalize. Bantu batunonya bagenda vayo ne questioning ebintu bya Gashumba bya Uganda.
Lwakirwako mugezi.
We are no. Ekisoka abasoka agenda kuvayo bamuvume without thinking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then abala bagenda kuvayo bam supporting without thinking. Chovola ba tukyafugibwa nnyo.
Kituufu. Yeah. But this is not accurate at all angles. So Mr. Gashumba, I'm willing to be convinced. Omuntu yenna awagira Mr. Gashumba and these ideas. Just convince me exactly which strategy. Agenda kuusa strategy to influence people into becoming baliwa bisiyaga.
Probably nana
agenda posting ku TikTok, Instagram, he has to influence them in a particular way.
Anti Gashumba akola nnyo live. So probably ne Bobi agenda kola yoka live atukube word.
Oba agenda bakunganya mu group bakole gang banging.
Oh God.
Chaka kyali ku insinuating wano.
Koba video.
Yes. Nyina n'abayimbi bemanyi wano nga basiyazi mwe bali.
Kituufu.
Ne bannamawulire abamu nga basiyazi.
Otyo.
Nebyo tubinkwatako. Banze teri yali ansiyazi. Teri musajja yali aŋŋambye. Yontandika otya nze Gashumba. Otandika otya. Okyuyano.
Awo njamu again, like that's true. Like it's none of his business. Gobo ya binalyo lirye. They are supporting by the way, like obago mugane mwirye bina mugene mulirye. As long as so kituyingizamu. Chechimu Bobi Wine kyabadde gamba ku conference yayise like press conference.
Mwabagala nnyo NUP. Bwe mubadde mwagala twogere ku Kyagulanyi ave mu byobufuzi. Ekyo kitegeereka mwami Gashumba.
Yes.
Lwaki ekyo kiwagidde nnyo?
That is the point. Olaba nti Chovola, I do not complain omuntu bwanvuma ku comments or what. Because when basaga muntu anvume, I should stop being on like okubeda kubine ebintu.
Yeah.
Bwoba tuyagala muntu akwogereko, do not show face.
Did Bobi Wine ever come out?
No,
Did Kyagulanyi ever come out? Did President ever come out? Nagamba temunjogerako.
Before Bobi came up into politics, it would be hard okuwulira nti Bobi Wine bamuvumye.
Yalina aba haters like
baliwo. Yes, naye nga tetubifa nako. Yavaayo n'ataking eno gundi.
Yeah.
Eno office. Bagamba nti everything has a consequence.
Yeah.
Togenda kulowooza nti ogenda kujja kwesimbawo okuba president and you expect the whole country okukuwagira. No. So ekyo awo for the first since this interview started, ngenda kwakulinga ne mwami Gashumba nti yes, since Bobi Wine agreed to this, atulaba Bobi Wine yetavangayo n'atugamba temunvuma.
So why do you assume? Lwaki mu assuming plus Gashumba? Lwaki mu assuming nti takyagala? Like he's okay with it.
Chovola bagambye mwe abawagira NUP.
Si buli omu, I don't want you to generalize this thing nti ogamba nti lwakubaka small section. Abantu abo bemulowooza abavuma abantu. That's a very small section of NUP.
But they allowed.
The biggest percentage of NUP tevuma abantu. It doesn't.
One rotten tomato?
No,
one rotten tomato. One rotten tomato. So for that genda kuwetu
gambe NRM temuli bavuma.
It's rare.
It's rare. Mwebalilwa kuba it doesn't sell news, it doesn't make news. Chovola amwataking aba NUP abogeddeko abatono.
Ate mwagala twogereko.
Nedda sigamba nti tuyagala mwogereko. You're free to speak, you're free to criticize Bobi Wine.
Temwagala criticizing Bobi Wine.
Gundi Gashumba tali criticizing Bobi Wine right now. Am I disrespecting him?
Chovola nakugamba bolaba comments ezijira kweyo. Most people agenda kuja bavume.
That's a small section. Ako kanamba katono. And those are trolls. Abantu abachina face. Like about hiding behind the keyboard. Whatever esawas no ndikuvuma Mr. Gashumba, I'm respecting him, I love him, I respect him so much. So much. Lwakubanti, when he says something, I can criticize it because I'm NUP and respectfully. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Sigamanti muvumye nti muwe mudde bichi nedda. I can guarantee you one thing, mu comment yeno video wagana aba omuntu amvuma. Nenga mvuma nga ine erinnya user 1 2 3 5 6.
Ino vumi bwaje.
It's a troll nawe. Awuletuwa attention.
Camera.
Those are trolls. You can never know. Like abantu abavuma mu NUP are trolls. They don't have a face. Abatono nya abavuma abatono. They're like 4 or 5 people.
Yes.
Ndimu byabufuzi. Abantu bajja kukuba muto.
Gano mazina ganchima.
Buli chokola. Wachikoze. Kino wachikoze otegeeza ki. They'll have to.
Yes.
Sijja kyogerera wano.
Kyogera tukiwulire.
Kikubeho.
Nti abanyankole balina olugero nti yeyambudde. Kasoyingira loogi ne weeyambula. Biredde kijja. You get it?
Wabayo omuntu yenna nga wa NUP nga avuma abantu. We don't agree with that as NUP fans, as followers, as supporters.
Right.
We don't.
I think it's okay for them to come up and criticize.
Yes.
Bolaba video yangenga ekwisiza bubi.
Yeah.
Come up, criticize whatever I have said. I would respect you.
Yeah.
Naye okuvayo no ate bakozesa ebigambo.
Some people use a heavy language. Now that's a very small percentage. But on you, tebat representing as NUP, they don't. And that's why Chovola Banti bagamba Kyagulanyi tavayo nayogera ku bawagizi be. He doesn't have to. Bali bantu bakulu. They can control themselves. Govayo nowe mula abantu ngoloza you're pushing an agenda. Si kirungi, si kituufu.
Waliwo mwagizi gwa NUP gwe nagamba natugamba president yatugamba buli omu akole kyasobola.
Tekitegeeza kuwemula.
Kati mbu ye kyakola kyaki kyakuvuma abantu. But I think endowooza si yegenda okukyusa gundi government.
No, I still emphasize this, and this is a very small number. Abantu abavuma aba NUP batono. They're very small. Balinga abantu mukaga musanvu. They're very few. And you can't be sure they are NUP. There might be more.
Anyway, I would agree with that. You
are not
sure.
To stay in NUP.
You are not sure. Of all the things you said, I can go with that one.
You can never be sure they are NUP. Bayinza basasula to stay in NUP by attacking and abusing people. Tekitegeeza nti ka percentage akatona ako kaba kachikola fena tuchikola. I'm having a conversation with you here right now. Toli wa NUP, but we are agreeing on certain things.
Yeah.
That's how things should be. Mr. Gashumba alikulimba nsi, but I'm still agreeing with him. Ochiraba sina muvuma ko kigambo kyonna.
Yeah.
Last year, government had 5.9 billion. 5.9 billion.
Hey!
Kyagulanyi oyo gwe mulaba buli mubaka wa NUP amuwa omusaala. Wetukoma mu kalango ngenda ziba buli.
Ndozolaba the inaccuracy mu bintu Mr. Gashumba byayogera. Omanyi nti there is a Political Parties and Organization Act that was set in 2005. Whether baja amending or not, it exists.
It exists.
And it says a political party has to be paid as long as they're in a representation mu parliament. For as long as I know, NUP is a political party.
It is. It was registered.
It has members of parliament.
It does.
Why shouldn't it be paid?
No, I have no problem.
They have to be paid because Amateka Sibebaga Kola.
Yes.
It's a political party. It has members. NUP is not a church. It's not a charity. It's a political party. It deserves to be paid, and it deserves to pay the members. If you're employed under NUP and you have a contract, you expect a salary at the end of the month. There's no problem with that. And there's no problem with NUP receiving money from the government. The same way there's no problem NRM getting money from the government. So Mr. Gashumba, gosima ulide. It's not news.
No, it's not news kufe abachimanyi.
Yeah.
Naye mbuza gwe atulaba. How many of you actually knew
that a political party has to be paid?
Yes. Bantu batono nnyo. Kyovulaba nti oli agenda kuvaayo kati atandika okuyombesani NUP. Hey, Kyagulanyi abba sente zaffe baba wa sente what because you don't have the knowledge. Tomanyi nti actually these people are supposed to be paid. Tomanyi nti no, this party, it's actually a law that this party deserves to get a certain amount of money. So nze ngenda kukiddamu paka tulekerawo okwogera nga tetumanyi
nga tulina
evidence
kituufu. So omuntu yenna atulaba ali eyo nga olowooza it's wrong for NUP to receive money. It's not. All of them receive. NRM yesinga ofuna sente because it's the biggest party.
Bigger representation.
Exactly. NUP efuna, FDC efuna. Buli political party registered ngenaba representative mu parliament gets money. Wenzuka kumacha nengamba nti muna Uganda plus 256 political party nemfuna representation mu parliament.
And
I meet the criteria. I deserve to be paid money. If I'm not paid, it's a crime. So gena mu court and suing.
They'll actually be paid.
Because you'll be paid. And as long as I'm employing people, they're under contract. You know kubasa sula. So it's not news or gamanti about NUP bafuna salary. No. It's not a charity, it's not a church. Tetukola bulungi bwansi wano. The next which I change to differentiating NUP and Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is a president of a political party.
Yeah.
He
is not NUP.
Exactly. NUP is independent of Bobi Wine.
Yeah.
He's a president of that party. Wenzuka kumacha ne nesimba ku Bobi Wine mu NUP ne muwangula. The expectation is nze agenda okufuuka president. I run for office.
Yep.
So gano si mawulire Mr. Frank Gashumba gwali mutugamba.
Bulijjo abavuganya Museveni baboyi be.
Besigye oba omwagala tomwagala. Besigye ebikolobero ebyamukolwako Kyagulanyi talifuna na 1%. Kyagulanyi tubulire emmotoka ze Arua zavuddeyo zijja okudda awaka ewuwo.
Because motoka zize. Like it's his cars.
Eza motoka bazikwata.
Kyonna kye bakwata, it's his property. He deserves to own it back. Like wakyo yagala bazitwale. Mr. Gashumba, emotoka wawambe motoka yange. The expectation is ogenda jinziriza, not so.
We are assuming they went through the procedures.
Yeah, then you gave me the car back. Tekitegeeza mbu wajiwa mbu kitutte ebyaddala. No.
Lebakwatira Arua bazimuddiza.
Zazze.
Kyagulanyi atubulire omusango gweruuka akyalipotinga ogweggulu akyalipotinga nebambye emisango gya Besigye gyonna akyalipotinga
taripotinga lwakuba tejali misango like bali bamusibako bisango zango. So tali kuripotinga koze misango yagiwangula.
Naye ekibuzo kiri nti Kyagulanyi ali mu struggle.
Mwali naawe.
nga balimba mmwe
Lwaki taripotinga?
mwana wa munyumba mwana wa mugagga is a creation of NRM
ogwo munaanansi.
teriyo I bet my hand namukyalawo mukono Kyagulanyi njagala ndage passport yo nga tonaba kufuuka NUP leader ensi ze wali wakagendamu ne kaakati flying a first class.
Hey, is that bad?
Simanya roto.
Now, actually, on that point, time Bobi Wine yatwala family ye ebweru. They were doing so many trips as a family. Bantu bangi nnyo abavayo ne bagamba Bobi Wine tali mu struggle. Bobi Wine akozesa sente zaffe. Bobi Wine akolera Museveni. But gwe taata wo bw'akeera ku makya n'abatwala as a family. Is it that taata wakolera Museveni?
No, it doesn't.
So Rakwanti, sometimes I sympathize with Kyagulanyi. Kubanga takkirizibwa mwana we kuwuga. Sometimes the first lady wamwe yavayo n'agamba mwana wange bamulemesezza okuwuga. It made news. Nti Maria Antoinette bamuyitani abasoma history bajja kukangamba oyo mukyala wa France. Nti fe tuli mu struggle yalumirwa mwana we butakola ki butawuga. But I think your way of thinking ncham Bobi Wine had a life. Bobi Wine yatwalanga abantu be ebweru before he came into that struggle. It was okay. But now nti ali mu struggle temwagala alye temwagala atambule temwagala omwana waawuge temwagala mwana wasomere bweru. Why?
It's funny and people need to realize one thing that despite byonna Bobi Wine byakola, Bobi Wine is a rich man. Yali musajja mugagga before and he will be rich after. Musajja mugagga ina sente ze. So why do you want him to live a substandard life lwakuba alanisa government?
Anyway.
He has money, he can afford to pay first class. Gisasule. So if I can afford something, it's okay to pay for it. Kitegeeza nti wemba mpagira NUP, yes, it's very sad kibi nnyo nti obwavu bungi mu ggwanga naye mba nsobola okwaffordinga akakafe javas akakoko nkalya.
It's okay, kole kikusanyusa.
Wemba nsobola okwaffordinga ekintu, if I can afford something ndeka nkikole.
Okay.
It's my money. Like there's no connection between Bobi Wine flying first class n'okubeera mu struggle. There's no correlation. He's a rich man.
Bolwanyisa Museveni bakutta bakusiba bogena mu ekizairo oba yali Belgium oba Switzerland n'alinnya engalabi nadde Uganda ne babalimba bino bye bigamba
because Bobi Wine is a big fish tebasaa mukwatako but the rest of us are small fish. Ntuwenvayo nenvuma Museveni, which I don't think I can do because tebankuza we batyo. I respect Museveni because mulabanga jajja, he's old. I respect him, musajja mukulu, age-wise, experience and byonna byakoze. I respect him. But it doesn't mean I agree with him. But if I criticize him, I'm at risk of being killed. Bobi Wine tebasobola because he's a public figure. Hurting Bobi Wine would spark so much interest in the government of Uganda. But hurting me doesn't. Nze banzita it's like basa akakoko ku street. Nze bankuba ekyasi. Tera agenda na kumanya mama wange ajja kubeera yakaba ne taata wange. Ne Bobi Wine ensi yonna egenda kukutunulamu issues zo. So Museveni musajja mugezi, I respect him for that. He cannot. He cannot.
Mu biseera by'okulonda abantu abamu baabuuza Crash Bobi Wine bamukuuma. Crash Bobi Wine emmotoka yeri bulletproof bichi. The government has to protect him.
Exactly.
Kubanga buli kintu ekituuka ku Bobi Wine 99.9% Bobi Wine ne walwala malaria n'afa, God forbid. we are going to twist it back to Museveni.
Exactly, yeah.
So they have to protect him. Nti wafa, it's up to him at least. They are not implicated.
A natural death. I can say this comfortably. One of the safest people in Uganda is Bobi Wine.
True. Nothing
can happen to Bobi Wine in Uganda. In terms of death, government, unless someone in the government acts out of his own will or her will, naye Museveni cannot sanction the killing of Bobi Wine. Tasobola. Because Museveni, chinechinu nchogera nnyo, omuntu yena abadala ba videos za kuno. Museveni si musajja musiru. You can't rule a country for 30 plus years ngoli musiru.
Sure.
Singa ba overthrowing adda. You cannot. He's the smartest man in Uganda. Atusinga nze ne Gashumba. Nawe. Like 100 times atukubisa mufenna. So go olowooza nti agenda kuveya adeletinge Bobi Wine tasobola. He cannot unless someone within his ranks acting out of his own will. But Museveni cannot. Si musajja musiru to that level. He can't. He will protect him with his life. Because Bobi Wine okufa kitegeeza buli omu agenda tunulira Uganda.
Yes.
Everyone will look at Uganda. Everyone will. Which the government and Museveni can't afford to handle.